Good morning. This is Tommy with Kicks and Bricks, and we are live. Hope everybody is enjoying their Thursday. Supreme just went live. If you guys are interested in Air Force Ones, all right. So we got, can you please share what your setup is for Mek? Great videos. Can you please go over setup on Prism for the Dazzling Blues? Thinking about running it for the first time. So yes and yes. So what we're going to do today is go over setup for Dazzling Blues running Mek AIO, Valor, and Prism. And then we'll set up Mek for the JJJJounds that are releasing at 12 o'clock as well. So we have a few things to do. Best Buy looks like they're going to be dropping as well. They loaded stock for GPU. So if you're retail botting, then get ready for that. But yeah, so Dazzling Blues for Saturday. I will be out of town, so I will set everything up tomorrow myself, and then I will control it from my desktop app on my phone. Good morning, brother. How are you? So we'll do Mek first. Now I'm switching things up a little bit this week in how I'm going to be running Mek. I've been running Mek with inbot harvesters. What's going on, brother? Good morning. I've been running Mek with inbot, and I haven't had much success the past two drops. So I will be switching it up to Aycd this week. I was reading some successful setups, and people were having the same issues with inbot. They weren't able to pass splash. So I'm switching everything over to Aycd. And I'm going to be running both instances on Aycd. Valor, I'm going to be running one instance inbot, one instance Aycd. And Prism, I'm going to keep inbot harvester. But let's go ahead and get Mek set up for the Dazzling Blues. So Mek setup for Yeezy Supply is pretty easy. Guys, remember, you can, yes, Justin, you can split. I'll go over that shortly. Remember, guys, no more than 150 to 175 tasks per group on Mek, and no more than 5 or 6 task groups. You don't want to overload Mek. The sweet spot is around 700 to 800 tasks. Yes, I am going for the JJJJounds at 12. The resell is insane. It's insane. So definitely going for those. So I will go over how to split as well. Now remember, guys, Mek takes the entire link for your product link on Yeezy Supply. And again, I say this all the time, do not forget to hit save. Do not forget to hit save. And then very simple, you'll choose your proxies. Your delays are 5,000. And then you will create your tasks. I'm going for 10 plus. I'm not running anything lower than that. So I'll be going through 10 through 14. It's just what I'm doing. You don't have to. And then you can create as many tasks as you want like this. Now, I don't know if I tried last week wait for sale, and I didn't pass splash at all. One time I think I passed. If you watched my live last week, you know that Mek just sat there. I don't know if waiting for sale contributed to it or not, but I will not be using that again. I will be running my task, starting all my tasks at 55 or 56 moving forward. That's going to be what I'm going to be doing. Now, in order to set up for Aycd, give me 1 second. Let me just make sure my information isn't shown. Okay. I can just go ahead and... All right. So for Aycd, you'll go to Tools, which is up here, and you will click Capgen, and then you will click plus. You will go down to Aycd, name it whatever you want. Then you will put your API token. Okay, Jesse, I did not use it last drop, only passed 3 times. Yeah, I don't know if it's because of Inbot or what. I'm going to be using Aycd this week. So that's going to be my focus, is that. But to be honest with you, with the way Valor's cooking, it's I'm not really worried about it too much. Then you'll go to aycd.io. You'll create an API token for Mek. You'll name it Mek. You'll copy that here. Then you'll go to your Aycd instance. You'll copy your access token here. You'll hit save. And then when you go to your tasks, in order to make sure that you are... No, I haven't went over it yet. I'm going to go over my setup for JJJJound when I'm done setting up for Dazzling Blues. And then in order to make sure that you're connected, you'll instead of none for cap, you'll just choose your Aycd. You'll hit save, and then you'll click v3 test. Then once you press play on that, your Aycd should receive your captcha request. Make sure you have a Gmail that is that you started for autosolve, and then you can mix and match. George, good morning, brother. Then you can mix and match. You can create as many as you want, and for the ones that you want to keep in bot, just put cap as none, and for the ones that you want to send to Aycd, you just change it to Aycd and hit save. And just to test your connection, you'll start a Gmail in Aycd, you'll start autosolve on it, and then you'll just simply highlight v3 test, press play, and then you'll see, hold on, I'll show you right now. And then as soon as you press play, oh, I don't have it. I took it out so you guys didn't see it. Hold on, let me fix it now. And then once you have it set up correctly and you press play, you'll receive this token received. And then your solved number will go up on your Aycd next to the Gmail that you have activated. Now, what I would do for Aycd from Mek is I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would do double the amount of task groups you have. So if you have 6 task groups, I would do 12 Gmails. I would start 6 in the very beginning. And then if you see that you're not passing, shut down the ones with the lowest amount of solves and start new Gmails. Now, the way that Aycd works is it chooses the best Gmails and uses those. So you'll notice if you have 5 Gmails running, 2 or 3 may have 15 or 16 solves, and the other ones may have 2 or 3 solves. That's how you know that those are not good. You just shut those down and start new ones. Is it possible to have one set of tasks in Aycd and another different one with Inbot. Yes. So what you're going to do here, once you have Aycd set up in the back, you'll choose Aycd on this task group. And if you want Inbot on this one, you'll just simply go to none. You'll hit save. And then same thing, Aycd for one. If you want Inbot on this one, you'll hit none. And then you'll click save. So you can mix and match if you want. I'm going all Aycd because I'm not having any luck at all with Mek on Inbot. So, good morning, brother. Epic, good morning. All right, so that's Mek. Any questions on Mek setup? We're not going over the Jounds yet. We still got about 50 minutes before. We'll go over that shortly. Any questions on setting up for Mek for Saturday Dazzling Blues? Looks like password page is up on the JJJJound website. Let me just double check. Yep, password page is up. All right, next bot we're going to go over is Prism. Okay, so for Prism, I'm using Inbot on Prism. You can also mix and match on whether or not you want to run some Aycd, some Inbot on Prism as well. We simply go to new task group. You'll type in, I generally name my task groups by the proxies I'll be using. I do not mix proxies and task groups. I make a task group for every provider that I'm going to use. So one provider for Diamond, one for Leaf, one for Heaven, so on and so forth. So let's just name that Heaven. Scroll down to Yeezy Supply and click create. Then you'll just put your input monitor in here. So if you're running for men's, you'll just simply put that in there. You want to make sure that you put your best ISPs on your proxy list in here. This is what's going to switch over from waiting for sale to in queue once sales starts. So your delays, I always put delays at 5,000. Your Captcha settings is how you are going to determine where your V3s are going to go. Default is Inbot. Auto solve is obviously Aycd. And then it's easy. You start your tasks, click the plus button up here. Excuse me. You'll click your profiles that you want. You'll change your delays to 5,000. You'll choose your proxies, the sizes if you're running 10 plus or if you're running random. Yeah, they dropped. They're still restocking now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they dropped. The last restock was at 1114. They dropped 2 pairs. Supreme dropped AF1s as well. No problem. All right. And then you'll just choose your sizes that you want to run. And then you'll just create your tasks. Now, you start your Prism tasks the second that that splash page goes up. You do not wait for sale to go live. You simply start your tasks when the splash page goes up. Your tasks will go waiting for sale. They will stay that way. You do not use data when your tasks are on waiting for sale. And then once sale goes live, all your tasks will say Captcha for a split second. Either your Aycd or your Inbot harvesters, you'll see your Captcha logo on the bottom right. And then all your tasks should go in queue. Now you're going to check your statistics. This is where you're going to know if you passed or not. You'll see the picture of the shoe here, but there will not be any sizes until you pass splash. Once you pass splash, you'll see what sizes are available. Prism's been having a little bit of an issue with the carding, but it comes through in clutch for me when I need it. Last week it started checking out after I ran out of money, but on the compacts it was the only bot to check out. I ended up hitting 3 pairs where a lot of people took L's on that drop, but Prism came in clutch for sure. That's it for Prism. I'm going to be running in-bot on Prism. And again, guys, this goes for every bot. So if you're running, I always put at least 10 or 12 Gmails. I have them already signed in and ready to go. YS residential proxies or data. What do you mean, brother? YS, I use both. I use ISPs and I use residentials for YS. If firewall is high, then resis are going to be the only thing that checks out. If firewall is decent or low, then your ISPs are going to cook. So it's always good to have both just in case. Is that your question? Footsites, same thing. Footsites, ISPs, and resis, always both, because you never know. You never know. Now, unless you have a subnet, 9 times out of 10, unless it's a hype restock like pandas or dunks, something of that nature, your ISPs are going to be locked on restocks anyways. But for initial, you're going to run both. You're going to run ISPs and you're going to run resis. Guys, if you need an ISP provider, this is the only one that I use. I am sponsored by Proxy Heaven. The code is 25% off. They do have ISPs in stock as well as residential proxies and Gmails. When it starts getting busy, you literally have to bot that website to get ISPs. The only reason it's in stock right now is because it's slow. There's not that many drops. But now that Yeezy's dropping weekly, these are going to fly. So 2 different task groups to do that, correct? To do what? You can put all your providers, your proxy providers in one task group on Prism. The only thing you need 2 task groups for on Prism is different if you're going to be going for 2 different shoes. I always split up, as you can see, I always split up everything by provider. So I have all my ISPs in one, and then my diamond resis, bread resis, wolf, leaf, and slash are all in separate. That's just the way that I run it. It's more convenient for me that way. If I see that one's hitting and the other one isn't, I can stop one, duplicate it, and start more tasks of the same provider. So that's the reason I do it that way. I hope that answered your question. Valor. Now Valor, Tanner, good morning, brother. Let's do it. How about the Brotherhood's going up $30-40 in large sizes? I ended up hitting 2 pairs on exhibition. Correct. My different task groups are different providers. Correct. They're different providers. Diamond resis, bread resis, wolf, leaf, slash, and then I put all my ISPs in one. That way I can kind of watch it. Now for Valor, I run one instance on Aycd and the other instance on InBot. With Valor, you cannot split it up. You can't do one task group with InBot and the other task group Aycd. It's either all or nothing on Valor. Valor, you only use one Gmail for InBot Harvester, only one Gmail, but always have 4 or 5 already signed in, ready to go. That way, if you see you're not passing Splash within 5 or 6 minutes, you can open a new one and close out the old one. With Aycd, you can run as many Gmails as you want. I ran 5 last week, and so I had 10 checkouts last week on the Blush 500s, and they were pretty much even between instances. My Aycd instance checked out just as many as my InBot did. but I passed splash on my Aycd instance 60 seconds after sale started. So within 1 minute, I was already past splash in Valor. It took my inbot harvester instance 5 minutes to pass splash. So ISP Resi or local for John. I'm going local, Tanner. The last time they had proxy protection up, everyone got throttled. I'm running 4 tasks and I'm running local. Let's see. And that's pretty much it for Yeezy Supply on Valor. It's just the input, so GY7165, not the link. Now, manual people who are not running bots, your biggest chance at copying this is going to be DSG at 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. I hit DSG religiously, manually, every time they drop something that I want. I open up one web page without Wi-Fi on LTE on my phone, and I almost always pass queue within a few minutes and I check out. Now, it's not something that's guaranteed, obviously, but if you're running Kylan, if you have Kylan one-click, there is a spoofer tool that you should be utilizing for anything that has a queue, whether it's Finishline, JD Sports, DSG. For all manual users, I think that is a great investment for like $30 every 3 months. You can't go wrong. You load up some proxies, you type in a website, and you can create. Look, I'll show you guys. For those who are unaware, I think Aycd has something very similar to that. I'm not 100% sure. Check out our checkpoint for Captcha. I'm gonna go over that in a minute, Tanner. We're gonna go over Mek setup for JJJJound in just a minute. Let me just finish doing Yeezy Supply first. All right, so this is the spoofer. So it's very easy. You just go here, you type in the website that you want. Like for instance, I was checking exclusive access this morning at 9 a.m. The site had a waiting room. I just wanted to get in really quick, so I created 15 tasks with jdsports.com. I threw some proxies in, I hit save, and then I can just simply start it, and it will go to that website on every single one. And then it'll wait in queue for me. And then once it gets out of queue, I can see it update here, and I just click this I, and I'm in. So if you're using DSG, Finishline, JD Sports, this is a great tool to have. All right, for Shopify, no, Footsites. So Footsites, I will be running Prism on Saturday. Footsites will be dropping at 7 a.m. Footsites is just like setting up for Yeezy Supply. Only you're going to need to solve a CAPTCHA for every task that is going into queue. Sorry, go back to the beginning. For Yeezy Supply splash screen, you're meaning the waiting room. Correct. Correct. When splash goes up, that's just the waiting room. And then sale starts. So your tasks for Prism will go waiting for sale. And then once the sale goes live, your tasks will request a CAPTCHA, and then they will go into in queue. All your tasks will read in queue until you pass splash. Valor, same thing. Aycd is almost mandatory for Footsites if you're running a lot of tasks, because you have to solve a CAPTCHA for every task in order to get it into queue. No, you do not start your tasks until splash goes up. Here's the thing with Prism, you start your tasks as soon as as soon as the waiting room goes up, you start your tasks. All your tasks will read waiting for sale. No data will be used. You won't waste any V3 requests. And then once sale starts, that's when all your tasks will enter into queue. So as soon as the waiting room goes up, you start your tasks on Prism. Not before. Okay. Footsites, same thing. Foot Locker will have the most stock on Saturday. Run Foot Locker if that's where you're going. Run men's sizes. They will have the most stock as well. And then you just choose Foot Locker US. Make sure you don't choose Foot Locker US raffle. That's a mistake that I see sometimes. Then you just put your monitoring proxy, which should be an ISP. Now keep in mind as well, guys, that with the way Footsites has been working, especially with this FLX, the FLX raffles, sometimes they drop stock, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they drop at 10, sometimes they drop at 10:15, sometimes they drop at 10:45. So if queue goes up, start your tasks. Get into queue. If they don't drop anything at 10, stop your tasks. Wait a few minutes till after, maybe 10:05, 10:10 max. If they do not drop stock by then, stop your tasks and wait for your restock notifications in your cook group. Guys, I can't stress this enough. For people who are botting, without the use of a good cook group, there's absolutely no point in doing this. If you don't know what's happening or when it's happening, you need a cook group that is going to help you. That's what this is all about. I can only do so much, once or twice a week jumping on here, but you need a cook group that's going to ping you when sale goes live. That's going to tell you what's restocking, things that you can ask questions in at any time and get an answer without getting, if you're in a cook group where you can't ask a question without getting roasted or getting made fun of, then you need to find a new cook group, 100%. And then you just put your monitor input is the same as Yeezy Supply. You'll choose your monitoring proxy. Your delay is fine at 5,000. And then same thing. You choose your profiles, you choose your proxies, you leave your delay at 5,000, choose your sizes or run random, and then you create your tasks. And then once queue it goes up, you should have Aycd connected. And then you solve as many captchas as you possibly can to get in the queue and just hope for the best. Footsites and Yeezy Supply, you do a little work in the beginning, and then after that, you kind of just sit back and let the bot run. There's really nothing to do. Shopify is a different beast, but we'll get into that in a second. All right, so Valor, same exact thing for Footsites. Epic, right now I'm part of 2. I'm in Nest, which is the owner of Cardinal, which is an extension for Google Chrome. It's an autofill extension, very similar to Lightning. And I'm in AK Chefs. So far, they're pretty neck and neck. AK Chefs has a lot of information. I'm blown away by the information that I have in that group. Tanner will tell you, or I can't remember if it was Tanner or not. Yeah, I think it was. I got him into AK, and he was in a yeah. The group is Endurance. I've heard good things about. I'm not sure about Endurance, George. I can't speak on anything that I haven't been in personally. Here's the key. If you have a question, if you can go into your cook group and type your question in and get a response within a reasonable amount of time, and they can help you, then you're fine. If you get your restock notifications, if you get like items that are not hype, like coins and things like that, then your cook group is fine. The ones I'm talking about is the toxic ones, the ones that charge 50 or 60 bucks. They don't ever help you. If you ask a question, they kind of make fun of you, or oh yeah, Notify's the best that there is. Notify is the best that there is, hands down. I've heard amazing things about Notify. All right, Shopify. Any questions so far on Footsites or Yeezy Supply at all? Any questions on Footsites or Yeezy Supply on Mek, Valor, or Prism? Okay. Shopify. I will be running Mek for Shopify. I have put Balco on the back burner for now. Mek is just insane when it comes to Shopify, so I switched out. I will set up for, let's set up for Kith. Any Shopify is pretty much the same. Kith is a little different as far as the queue is concerned. So I'll set up for that now, only because queue gets long very, very quickly. Make sure that you choose your site. I don't know why I typed in queue. I guess just because I said queue, I typed it in. You'll create. Now, if you have Mek on local, keep it on local. Kith puts up proxy protection most of the time and throttles you very, very quickly. Now, here's a lick, guys, and I just found this out. And I just found this out last night. Leaf has proxies that are here. Let me show you what I'm talking about, because these proxies cook, dude. These proxies cook. I shouldn't be giving this up, but I'm not a gatekeeper, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you the info. I'm gonna give you the info. These right here: site gateway, other, and retail fast. It cooks. Hands down, it cooks. It is the fastest resis I've used so far. I threw these in undefeated yesterday when they were restocking those Cardinals and those fours. I hit 3 right out of the gate, and then I threw them in exhibition 11 and 22 minutes after initial, and I hit 2 right out of the gate. These, if you run these and you check how fast they are, they're just as fast as ISPs. Retail fast. Yep, retail fast. I just figured it out. So if you're running local, great. If not, run this on Kith. I'm not giving it 100% that it's going to cook, but it's cooked so far on websites that have up proxy protection. I was throttled on exhibition and undefeated within 60 seconds yesterday. When I switched over to Leaf retail resis, it checked out. I started checking out almost instantly. So I'm not saying it's a fix. What I'm saying is that run local if you can, but if not, try these. If you have live, run live too. For any other website, undefeated, exhibition, Jimmy Jazz, all those websites, you should be fine with ISPs. But Kith notoriously throttles the fuck out of all proxies. But yeah, just to show you guys. So I hit 3 yesterday on these right when I threw them in. They cancel. Undefeated just canceled all day yesterday. And then exhibition, both of these stuck. And you can see 11 minutes after initial and 24 minutes after initial. All right, so for Kith, you're going to want to start checking for Q 15 minutes before drop. Yeezy Qs on Kith get huge, and they get huge quick. Do not rely on your cook group to tell you when to start your tasks. Do not. By the time they tell you to, you're stuck. Always, every few minutes, check, start your tasks. Here, let me create a few tasks. You do not need accounts on Kith. So I'll be running Leaf Retail or I'll be running local. 10,000 is what I run on my delays to start. For the keywords, I'm just going to run Yeezy 350. And then I already have a set group of Kith tasks. Always save preload for Kith. If you want to run a few just preload tasks, do it. Sometimes they put up checkpoint, sometimes they don't. So if you want to make your setup like this, that's fine. If they end up doing checkpoint, then these tasks just won't work. They'll just it'll say error checkpoint up. So you'll just solve for these ones up here. And then, like I said, you're going to want to start your tasks about 15 minutes before drop time just to start checking your queue. You'll see it'll say Q, and then in parentheses, it'll have the amount of seconds Q is. The goal is to time it to where you get out of Q around 56 or 57. So around 2 to 3 minutes before drop is when you want to come out of Q. If you get out any earlier, you do run the risk of your Q session expiring and you will get re-queued. You will get re-queued. So be careful when it comes to that. Yep, I'm going to Fly Kicks. Just give me a few minutes. I'm just helping everybody with the setup for the Yeezys. Now for Shoe Palace or Shop Nice Kicks, those both start early and late. You should be able to run both of those and still run a 10 o'clock Shopify. Mek does not support variants. They only support links. So their links are already up on the website. You can pull them and put them in and just use the link for setting up. Any questions on Shopify for Yeezys on Saturday? Any questions at all about anything on Saturday? Guys, check Nike.com for access to Mocha lows, Jordan lows. Do the captures automatically pop up, or do you have to have harvesters running? They do automatically pop up, but you don't want to wait for that. Open your harvesters before you start your tasks. Every second counts on Shopify. Shopify is not like Footsites or Yeezy Supply where you can click start, drink a cup of coffee, watch TikTok and hang out and wait for checkouts. Shopify, you have to be on point within 15 seconds. If all your tasks aren't already submitting checkpoint, you're done. You're done. So there's absolutely no point. Open up your harvesters first. Make sure your Gmails are logged in. You should be checking 2 things before any drop. You should be checking to make sure that your Gmails are logged into your harvesters. So if you leave them for a while, oh, I got it. No, I didn't. Damn, it says just if it has me pick a size and everything. Damn, that sucks, but it doesn't give me access. Why does it do it like that? It says select size, but then it doesn't give me access to select the size. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. It's very hard to do. Hold on. Go on your phone. Go on your phone and click this website, and then on the bottom it'll say open in Nike app or something like that. Click open and it'll switch from web browser to your Nike app, and if you can check out, you can check out. Yes, captchas for Footsites. Every task you have to solve a captcha to get into queue. If queue it is up. If queue it is up. If queue it is not up, you start your tasks 1 to 2 minutes before 10 and you're good. If queue is up, you have to solve a captcha for every task in order to get it into queue. It is mandatory. Mandatory, mandatory, mandatory. Absolutely. All right. Any other questions for Yeezys? Finishline and JD have already done exclusive access. I don't know if they're going to drop stock. They might. To be honest with you, all they do is cancel anyways. I don't know how, but they have like this way of telling whether or not you're using a bot or not. I check out manually on the same credit card and they stick. I use the same credit card on Prism or Valor and they cancel every single one all the time, no matter what. So for manual users on Saturday, DSG is your go-to. That's definitely going to be where you want to be. And now that we're 20 minutes before, hold on. 20 minutes before 12. Let's go ahead and get into JJJJound. So if you're running Mek, which I am, and I don't know about any other bot, I'm only running Mek, so I can only go over my setup for Mek. Of course, Alex, you should be farming with ISPs on your Gmails before the drop. So whatever you're solving, so you're farming. If you're farming right now, which you should be, you have a Gmail and you have a proxy. That same proxy that you're farming with has to go into your solvers for YS2. If you start switching ISPs, you're going to lower your score. They create a relationship. Your ISP and your Gmail, that's the reason you farm them. You farm them to gain the trust score so you can pass Splash. You should never switch your ISPs unless it's absolutely mandatory. Absolutely mandatory. Like if your provider says this range is down, or we switched out your ISPs, or whatever the case may be, that's the only reason you should be switching ISPs. I hope that answered your question. Auth server down, not something we can control. Heroku service has an outage. If you're logged in, don't log out. That's for Mek AIO. Do not close your bot if you're in. Do not close your bot. Retail on the JJJJound, 250. 250, 250, 250. All right, for JJJJound, password page is up. Preload mode is off. Do not check preload mode. Do not check preload mode. Take preload mode off. You cannot cart another in-stock item to pass queue if password page is up. One task should be extra safe. You can run more than one task if you'd like, but at least one should be extra safe. Extra safe is what is going to pop up your window if they have an add to cart question. So last drop they had, where was Japan founded, or where was Bape founded? You had to type in Japan. Do not get the question wrong. Alex, yes, you farm them together. You farm them together. If you get the question wrong, you're done. You're 100% done. You have to restart the bot and then just run for restocks at that point. You're not gonna have time to do anything. I am not. No, Tana, there is no product link. That is not a product page. What they have, jound.com/olive. That is not a product page. I'm running 990 is the only keyword I'm running. 990. There shouldn't be any other 990s that are going to be dropping. There aren't any 990s in stock. So 990 is the only keyword I will be running. And then I will be running localhost, max of 4 tasks. NewBalance is dropping March 3rd. I can. Passive, I can send you my wallpaper. That's up to you. If you want to add more keywords, you're more than welcome to add more keywords. I'm only going over what's going to work for me. AI is if they put up Captcha, that whole draw a box around thing that they do. AI solves it if they do it. If they put that up today, then Mek will attempt to solve it. If it does not solve it, or there's an error, it will tell you and then just manually solve it. But since password page is up, you're going to run at least one extra safe mode. The other ones are safe. Click AI. Resells $400 or $500 right now on these. $400 or $500. I wouldn't have made a video if these weren't banging. That's for sure. Oh, Walmart's dropping at 12 too. I'm gonna pass on consoles. Spending 500 to make 100 just doesn't seem like it makes very much sense right now. Also at 12, guys, Best Buy may be dropping. So keep an eye out for that if you're running Stellar or Wrath. Any other questions on setup for JJJJound? Captcha setup for JJJJound. I'm just going to put up checkpoint. I'm just going to put up my checkpoint captchas. You don't need an account, so check out. You don't have to worry about. For right now, AMO, they're worth it. I don't know what's going to happen to them. They shouldn't tank that much. They're only releasing on one website. So if they're anything like the Bape release, anything JJJJound attaches its name to does very well. I think they'll cancel multiples. I definitely think they'll cancel multiples. I did. Checkpoint, correct. Checkout Captcha is only for websites that require accounts. Only for websites that require accounts. So checkpoint, checkpoint, only checkpoint. Now, guys, you're going to start tasks about a minute to 2 minutes before 12. So in about 8 minutes, 9 minutes. Now, there's going to be a box that pops up. You are going to answer the question. Make sure you answer the question correctly. And then you will choose your size and click add to cart. Once you click add to cart, your box will disappear. The answer to your question will go to all of your tasks as well as the size that you chose. I'm going to choose size 9 or size 10 because those sizes, in fact, I'm glad that I said something. I'm going to go ahead and choose random just in case something happens. I'm going to choose random. There we go. Save. There we go. Random. If you answer the question incorrectly, you are screwed and you need to stop your tasks, restart your bot, and try again. I don't like screaming out the answer unless I know 100% the answer is correct. So if I'm quiet, that is because I don't want to give you guys the wrong answer. I'd rather take the L than to hand out an L to everyone else in here. If that makes sense. No problem, boss. All right. About 8 minutes until starting it. Wait, what's going on? What is that? Oh. And for Shoe Palace? No, I'm straight on Shoe Palace. Shipping is way too high on Shoe Palace. A little over a year. Automations are just gonna keep running up. For these, I'll go. But Q, there's already a Q. Yeah, I didn't even. I'm still getting used to this automation thing. Dunks are pretty much the only thing that's worth it on. I'll take it. Nah, no, I won't. I'm straight. I don't want these. AWS is down. For a lot of bots right now are having issues. Also, if you're running Mek and for some reason they fuck with keywords and they don't drop the word 990, if you're running Mek, I would be turning on notifications for JJJJound in your monitor. And then if for some reason they don't pick up, just hit mass link change. And it'll change the keyword to the link for the shoe. In fact, now that I said that, I'm going to turn off monitors for every other site other than JJJJound. That way, it's without a doubt. I'm 1-1 on JJJJound website. It got me last time. I hit 2 pairs the time before. Oh, and by the way, JJJJound is located in Montreal, Canada. So if that is the question, there's your answer. Montreal, Canada. Good luck, brother. Yeah, I know. With resell at $500, I'm okay with $25 shipping. I appreciate the heads up though. Yeah, I always keep Mek launched. Mek, I don't ever close Mek unless I have to. But it may be better for manual this time. I'm running 10,000 delays until 15 seconds before the drop. And then I'm dropping it down to 33. Damn, that sucks. Try manual. With all the bots that are down, manual might have Mek has a lot of users running. A lot. Mek might be a really good shot right now. Mek might be your best shot. I mean, manual might be your best shot. With half of the bots down. Yeah, I always keep mine open. I'm gonna start at 59, guys. At 59, I'm gonna start my task with 10,000 delay, and then 15 seconds before drop, I'm gonna drop it to 33.33. Have a Google browser opened in case you need to Google the answer to the question that they ask you to add it to cart. And also have a JJJJound browser already open in case they do a domain change. They very well might change up domains. We have no idea what they're going to do. We have no idea. But good luck to everybody. "30 seconds, guys. Start your tasks for JJJJound." Correct. It should not. It should still pick up if it's 990. As long as 990 is in there. Good luck to everybody. If you're going manual, do a low size. 8, 9, 10. Don't go for 12s and 13s if you're running manual. Those are the sizes that go first. Fuck. My queue is insane. I fucked that one up. Anybody hit yet? I got less than a minute in queue. 3 tasks. I fucked up my question. Submitting shipping. Nice. Nice. Let's see. Hopefully 9.5 stays in stock. Q at 209. Oh, you may have a shot. You never know. You never know. March 3rd, they're dropping on NewBalance website. 34 seconds. 6 minutes. 20-second queue. 19 minutes. That's over with. No dice on that. Creating checkout, submitting details, submitting shipping, submitting payment, processing payment, processing on 3. Come on, baby. Check email. Check email. Come on, give me 2 more. Check email. Come on, check email. There we go, baby. Take 3 out of 3. I'll take 3 out of 3. Good job, gentlemen. If you hit, congrats, baby. Congrats. I hit 3 for 3. 3 for 3. Size 5.5, size 8, and size 9. Good job, Daniel. Good job, dude. Good job. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. The biggest thing when you're doing for drops is you have to stay calm. Once you start freaking out and you start panicking, you're as good as done. Look, I tried manual too, just to check my luck. I'm at 12 minutes. No, that shouldn't have had a huge deal though, Kevin. 10 seconds or 15 seconds should not have made or break this deal. That's okay, George. There's going to be more drops, brother. There's going to be more drops. There's going to be more drops. You don't got to worry about that. Come on, Fly Kicks. Good job. Oh, wow. 294 is retail. 294. I shouldn't have hit all 3 of these. I shouldn't have hit all 3. Damn, 300. I hope these stay right where they are. I hope these stay right where they are. Sold out. 9.5 is sold out. Damn, I kind of want to cancel one, to be honest with you. I really don't need all those. What is a semi-automatic bot? What is that? Less than a minute. Good job, Fly Kicks. Good job, good job. JJJJound profiles. Tristan G. Schwartz, Thomas Guy. Yep, I got all my emails. All my emails are here. Nice, good job, Adrian. Yeah, everything's out of stock. What error? Walmart's dropping consoles if you guys are running. If you're sold out and you're done with Q, click on the link and go back and get another size. Click continue, click the shoe. The shoe should take you back to the product page. choose another size, and you should not get re-queued at that point. Absolutely passive. I'm glad I could help you guys out. Resize works. I know it does. Resize works. If you got sold out in queue, take a size 4. Who gives a fuck? I mean, these are going on these are going on $400 or $500. A lot of people ate though. This price is probably going to come down some for sure. Yeah. But the good thing is it only bricks when manual users touch them. So as long as manual users don't get a chance, I'm going to try to cancel one, to be honest with you. Unless someone wants to give me the 275 and I'll ship it to them. It's a size 5.5. But I'm not interested in 3. Shoot. What's up, Fly Kicks? Right? I bet you would, Tanner. Where did you put the link? The domain. For you put it right where you put your keywords. But I used 990. You have to click continue when you go to your out of stock and it says inventory issues. You have to click continue to get that size out of your cart. Then you go back and choose another size. And Fly Kicks, you put the link here. They're restocking, guys. Keep running. Keep running. They're restocking. Here, right here. That's where you put your link. It's not a domain release, though. I mean, you could have ran domain release, I guess, but I didn't run domain release. Yes, I don't know. That's tough. I mean, yeah, always stay in queue and try to cart another item, but restocks, bots are gonna eat up the restocks. Just being honest. I don't want to give you false hope. You can always try, but bots generally cook on restocks. Right, but that's only if they... Okay, you mean if everything is sold out. Yeah, they're restocking right now. Let me see what sizes are restocking. Yeah, you're done. I mean, they could still restock after 10 minutes. Shopify filtered. Yeah, they're restocking size 9.5, size 9.5, size 10. I'm going to try to cancel one of these orders. Before I try to cancel this, anybody want this 5.5 for $294.25? Speak now or forever hold your peace. That's weird that you keep getting re-queued. Did anyone in here successfully get to the sold out page and was able to put another size in their cart and check out? Anyone in here? If you're on monitoring, it's because the restocks are going so fast that Mek's not even picking them up. They're out of stock. And the last time they dropped was at 12.10. They dropped a size 9.5. They're dropping now. They're restocking now. Waiting for property. I've never had that before. Does your setup look like this, guys? Does your setup look like this? Bowtie, did you check out? Sold out, came back, refreshed, 6 to 9 came back. I had that happen before. It went into queue, same. They must be, to be honest, they must be expiring queue sessions if you guys are getting re-queued like that. Because on the JJJJound drop, if you I was watching Roscoe, and he did that. He had a 12, no, not that drop. The Union drop. The Union one. They're still restocking. So look, guys, now that they're still checkpoint up, go safe preload, okay? Safe preload and restart your tasks. Now that password page is down, do safe preload and start now. This should start spamming. Right, exactly. That's generally how you're able to do it. Once it's sold out, you can go back in and choose another size. This 5.5 is scaring me. I mean, I just sent the email. Sorry. If they deny it, I got you. If they deny it, I got you. Which they very well might. I think it's final sale. I'm not 100% sure. But let me see something really quick. Keep extra safe on. I want to just see what it looks like. Duplicate your task group, Tanner, and start the duplicated group. Look, duplicate it and start the new one. Mek sometimes it glitches. Mek sometimes glitches. Oh man, Q is 1400 seconds. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm straight on that. I'm straight on that. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not even gonna attempt it. I spent a lot more money today than I wanted to. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Oh, did it? Of course it did. When everything is sold out, it opens. Mek had a little over 1,000 checkouts. I did. I was gonna rent Wrath, but I ran Stellar and I ran version 2. I didn't even know they had a new version 3. But all I got was errors. Oh, if you got an empty cart, that means you answered the question wrong. Local or resis because of proxy protection. That's why I told you guys around Leaf. Right before the drop, I told you guys about Leaf. If you're not in it, get in it. Try to get in it. Find someone that has an invite. Do something. Because those retail fast resis, they fucking cook. They fucking cook. I'm going to try to pre-sell. Yeah. They cooked Undefeated and Exhibition for me this morning. Let me show you guys one more time. Justin, we'll talk after. Go ahead and shoot me a message. So look, guys, on Leaf, Site Gateway, Other, Fast. These cooked for me. Undefeated yesterday when they dropped those 3s and those 4s. They proxy protection was on. I was getting throttled, unbelievably throttled. I switched to those and checked out 3 right out of the gate. And then today on Exhibition, 11 and 24 minutes after drop, I hit 2 on because listen, at the end of the day, if you don't notice, when you're running Mek for restocks, if you get stuck on submitting payment and it's not cycling out of stock submitting payment, out of stock submitting payment, you're throttled. You're never going to check out. If you don't have good resis or you're running local host, you're done. It's just not going to work for you. If you're stuck on submitting payment, you're throttled. You're not going to be able to check out. So by having decent resis, you'll cook 100% of the time. 100% of the time. Wow, Valor had 730 checkouts. Good for Valor. Valor's definitely coming up, man. Definitely coming up. Good for Valor. Good for Valor. I'm glad everyone was able, well, most of the people were able to cook. Nice, Daniel. I'll tell you what, people are still sleeping on Valor. I heard about Valor hitting Yeezy Supply for a month before I checked them out. For an entire month. It is cheap. It is cheap, but it cooks YS like you wouldn't believe. And to be honest, I'm not that impressed with Wrath as of late. I am not that impressed with Wrath as of late. There's no one bot that does everything. It just isn't. Yeah, I know. Yeah, 200 a month is insane. What I generally do is find someone to split it with. Oh yeah, Mek hands down is for what you get. Mek is definitely slept on. Had a size 12, sold out, went back around for a size 6. It was still saying I had the size 12 despite removing it. Oh, I see. Did you click continue and you got the inventory issue at the end? Because clicking continue automatically takes it out of your cart. Yeah, I cook AMD on Wrath too. I decided to try Stellar today, and of course I didn't hit, but definitely take these 3 pairs of New Balances for sure. Okay, that's what everyone is saying. Did Stellar push an update 2 minutes before drop? No, not for AMD. They have this version 3 now. So I jumped on chat to ask them about why I was getting the errors, and they asked me what version I'm running. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm running Stellar, and they said, no, we have 2 different versions now. Version 3 is what you should be running. I'm like, oh, that's great. You should always tell me that in the middle of a drop, that I'm running the wrong one. It's always a good thing to do. Damn, Daniel, 16 running Wrath? That's fire, bro. Good for you, dude. The thing with AMD is I don't have that many addresses. I don't know where I would send 16 GPUs to. I know you can't jig on AMD, or can you? Can you jig on AMD? Shop on Stellar. Really? No dice. Nobody will run that. Nobody will run that. Oh, okay. I got you. That's a good idea, to rent Wrath weekly and then just rent Wrath for 1 day and then run a bunch of slots at $50 a slot. Hit 1 GPU for yourself, hit 10 for someone else, and then those 10 pay for your GPU. So you get a free GPU every week. That's actually not a bad idea. That's actually not a bad idea. So once because I just started my YouTube channel. So once I'm able to get some sort of platform, I want to start a Discord where no, I meant if I ran 10 slots for people at $50 a slot and I hit 1 for myself, those slots would pay for my GPU is what I meant. Jake, you're talking about the New Balances? Right here, brother. Exactly. So you throw it up on eBay for $100 cheaper than everyone else, and you just keep it moving. That's all. I hit too many, Jake. I'm trying to cancel one as we speak, to be honest with you. But let me see how these are doing right now. Let's check it out, guys. Let's check out how they're doing. They should dip, I'm sure. What do you mean with the slots? How many sneakers you can get? It depends. Are you running the slots, or are you talking about filling out for slots? So I hit an 8. Not bad. $165 profit. If I was to sell now, I told you, I told you. And then I hit a 9. Well, these ain't bad, guys. I'm gonna pre-sell on eBay for $600 a piece right now. In those instances, or AY, I don't know how you pronounce it. If you're unsure, create 2 groups. Do one with 990, one with New Balance. If you don't, I get it. Sometimes someone tells me keywords and I'm like, no way. I don't even want to try it. So, and those instances run two different task groups, each one with different keywords. Or run two different instances. Run one on you have two instances of Mek. Run two instances, and then whichever instance you see pick up first, then you solve on that one. It's a HyperX. It's a HyperX. What bot did you run, Skittles? But these ain't bad, man. Size 9. Only have one instance. My rental key hasn't been refreshed for over a week. Okay, so then run two task groups. If you want two different keywords. No. Damn, Rodney. Fuck. That's pain for sure. That fucking sucks. For some reason, I start shaking when I have to solve captchas and shit. Like the excitement is coursing through me. I just start fucking shaking and my mouse is going everywhere and I'm mistyping shit. It's the only time it happens. Oh man. It's crazy. It's crazy. You just start wigging out. Fucking just took a bump. But these ain't bad, man. If I was to sell now, I mean I wouldn't, but I'm thinking I could do 6 on each. Noble for Valor, 575. To be honest with you, I don't think Noble's worth it for Footsites only. Footsites is so up in the air. It's fuck, man. If they bring back the ship to me option, there's going to be no stock on Footsites. They're literally going to drop nothing on Footsites. It's not even going to be worth it at that point. Now, don't get me wrong. Noble cooks, and so does Kylan. But it's for Footsites only. Footsites has been up and down for a long time. Listen, when I first started botting, Prism was the GOAT of Footsites. I spent 5.3 thousand on Prism when I first started botting. And I slowly watched it tank to where it is right now, which is 100% retail, $500. And that was solely based on Insizzle or INCIZZLE, however you say his name, going from Prism to Noble. That's when we started tanking. And now you can see what kind of dev he was. And I don't know why he left. I'm assuming it just had to do with money, or maybe he didn't like his work environment, whatever the case may be. But when we got notification that he was leaving, everyone started dumping Prism. Botmart was completely flooded, and it slowly went to $500. But I'm not selling, because I'll tell you one thing, for what it is, the devs at Prism, they're on point. They stay up on everything. If there's an issue, they'll push 4 or 5 updates a day. You don't get that everywhere, especially for a bot that's retail. You know what I mean? Like a bot like Wrath or another bot who's a few $1,000s, sure. But generally, the devs, they give up. Like, look at there's 2 bots that did it. One was Dashy, and then the other one that just switched to NFTs. What was the bot that had everybody paying a renewal and then just wrote an announcement saying, oh, by the way, sorry, we're not going to do Shopify or anything anymore. We're just going to do 100% retail, and it's going to cost you $6,000 to ETH and 0.5 ETH a month. Like, wait, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Absolutely, 100%. Prism, if you check their update logs, bro, they push 10 to 15 updates a week at minimum. Those are dedicated devs. That's why they're worth it. They're slept on big time. Bro, I couldn't imagine. Could you imagine trying to charge $6,000 for a bot that hasn't worked in over, what, 6 months? And you have no idea if it's going to work? And all of a sudden they come out with an announcement saying it's going to cost you 2 ETH renewal plus 0.5 ETH every month. And you haven't seen... It's bullshit. It's a fucking... All that NFT shit. If you look online right now, everyone's getting ripped on these NFTs. Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. A lot of people made it big when NFTs hit the scene. There's definitely at least a few people that paid it. But you got to show me. I need consistent success before I drop that kind of bread on something. It has to be. It's mandatory. No, we're just chilling right now. Drops are over. Walmart's out of stock. That's it. That's gonna be it. It might be. It might be. Night, I have night. I haven't ran it. It's right here. I just don't run it because it's right now it's free. Right now it's free until they push out something. I can't remember what they're pushing out. 2.0, 1.0, something like that. But I bought it and they extended it indefinitely. Yep. So Dazzling Blues on Saturday for my manual people. DSG is going to be the move. You will probably not be able to have any sort of chance anywhere else. Maybe Hibbit. If you're quick on Hibbit and you use Apple Pay, you may have a chance. But DSG, Finishline, and JD, if they drop, are going to be your best shot. What do you mean, Adrian? Group buys with all groups and we haven't seen anything. What do you mean? I hit on DSG weekly. Anytime I hit the Thunder 4s on him. I hit those golf lows that dropped the other day. Is it really, Keyshawn? I can't hit. I can't hit on Hibbit to save my life. I try every week. I can't hit. But also, if you're running bots, that's Kith and Jimmy Jazz and all those other sites are dropping, Footsites. So, George, you got to give it time, brother. You got to give it time, George. Bobby, I was thinking the same thing. Passing on the Dazzling and just stacking up for the slides. Daniel, I can tell you that they probably will go down to about 270, 275. But if you hold them, they'll probably shoot back up to 350. Knight did non-resellable group buys for 600 a few months back and hasn't delivered, just hoping it wasn't another scam. No, Knight is on point. Non-resellable group buys for 600. So you keep the bot forever, but you can never resell it. Is that what that means? Probably going to jinx myself saying that. How are you supposed to focus on so many things? It takes practice. In the beginning, one thing at a time. You focus on one thing and one thing only, nothing more. That's what I tell everyone who messages me or asks me. One site. You start on one site, pick a site, get comfortable with it, and then do a second site. And then merge them together. And then run Footsites and Nike, and then run Shopify and Footsites. Don't start doing it, because if you start off with running too many things, you'll just take an L on everything. I mean, is it not just a common thing that all 350s brick to 270? Yeah, sure. I have 6 pairs of MX rocks right now that are still sitting. So Skittles, what I did in the beginning was I set an alarm. If I'm focusing on Shopify at 10:02, when I know I'm going to be done solving captchas, I set an alarm for sneakers, because sneakers I have 10 minutes. So I go switch to that. Or I set an alarm 30 seconds after 10, and I go, if it's a Leo drop, just to get my entry in real quick. Setting an alarm is a good thing. Went for one. Yeah, Bobby, I hit two. Size 11 and size 13. So no, size 12 and size 13. George, that would be a good way to start. But I can't tell you how many L's I took just for simple mistakes. No matter how well I do on a drop, I always can do better. Always, always, always. I always analyze every drop, even if I do well. I analyze it the same way. ISPs work. No local. No requeues at all. I had 3 so my setup was as follows. I only had 4 tasks. I fucking got stuck solving my 4th captcha on this task here, but this was a duplicate anyways. These 3 had 120-second queues, and it went straight through. I do. Skittles, I use privacy so I can use anyone's address that I want to with any name, and it all goes through. All 3 of these tasks are 3 different addresses here. These 3 are all privacy cards, and they're all 3 different addresses. Brett, I don't know, brother. What keywords did you use? You can do that with hard cards if the billing address is different. You use preset. What is that? What is preset? Preload, you mean? No, password page was up. You couldn't use preload. If it took a long time to pick up, then that was, I don't know. I want to say that's your proxies. Rodney, what is that if Mek takes a long time to pick up? Isn't that your proxies? Any tips for declines on YS? How are you jigging? No preload. Password page was up. You couldn't run preload mode. Yo, boss, for privacy cards, how do you have to preload monies or link to your banks and charges automatically? Yes. So what you do for privacy is you link your bank account, and then you'll make your purchases, and then it'll pull like an ACH transfer a few days later out of your bank. Here's the deal with privacy. It is on a rolling 7-day period. So if you have $3,000 in your bank and you have $3,000 in charges, even if those charges already came out of your account, and your balance is still 3,000, even after being debited, you still have to wait 5 days before you're able to use privacy. But if you have 4,000 in your account, then you have $1,000 to play with. Privacy is weird that way. So to make sure you always have a decent amount, every 3 or 4 days, remove your payment method and re-add it. You'll notice when you re-add it, you'll have your balance on there. That way privacy knows you have enough money in there, because sometimes the connection, it expires. And then at that point, they're just going to send you a bunch of declines. Justin, I ran 33.33. Yeah, pickup time is proxies for monitoring. Yep, Skittles, that's Rodney and AK, the Mek guy. That's my go-to. Me and Rodney been botting since the very beginning. Rodney's the one that hit the unions for me on ACO. Without me even knowing about it. He hit him and didn't even tell me. JJJJound is still restocking, guys. Privacy on YS is the three letter jig. So for every profile, you can keep the same address, but put a random 3 letters in front of or behind the street address. But you always want a different email, a different name, a different phone number. And that should be it. That's different. No, resis are not usually all right for shop. I don't run resis initially unless it's Kith. Yeah, my cat is annoying as fuck. Just walks around crying all day. I can't stand her. She jumps on top of me all the time, right in the middle of mid-drop. But let me show you what I mean, Skittles, on declines, just to give you an idea. So that should be how it is, right? And you can go down the line. I have 30 profiles, all the same address. They all come to me, no problems. I keep it just like that, but always a different name, a different email. No catch-alls. Don't use catch-alls. If you're getting declined and you're using a catch-all, change it. Change it. Do something different. Use a Gmail account. What I do for myself, when I got scared, they were dropping that SMS verification. They started doing the emails or the text messages where you had to put the code in. I went and bought forwarded raffle Gmails. Forwarded raffle Gmails, they're cheap. I got 15 or I got 30 of them and I use those. So now anything that comes to any one of those Gmails gets sent straight to my main one. So I get all my order confirmations and every single email is different and it's a legit Gmail. I did, Isaiah. I got 3, brother. I hit 3. Right there. Those 3 right there. But that works. And then my phone number, because I was scared because they were doing SMS verification for phone numbers as well. There's an app called Numflix, Numflix. And it's like a green. It's right here on the top right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. But you can buy numbers for $1.50 a piece. And they all get forwarded. They all come in like regular text messages. Isaiah, yes. Hard cards, okay. They're hit or miss. They're hit or miss. I don't run hard cards. I tried on Yeezy Day and I tanked. I fucking tanked. I tanked on Yeezy Day. Rodney was there. I was begging people for privacy numbers. I was trying to get privacy cards so bad. I ran out of my limit after the green glows. And I just started botting maybe a few months before then. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I had never hit Yeezy Supply like that before. It was crazy. It was crazy. But that won't happen again. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it, brother. See, I've been trying to get into Slash, but I'm not paying $150 for an invite outside of a free one. I'm just not gonna do it. Privacy, I have about a $20,000 a month limit. I'm good with that. I don't need any more than that. So it depends on what you're doing, Jose. 3-letter jig, which is just what I was showing everyone here before you jumped on. So different name, different email, and no catch-alls. I wouldn't do catch-alls. You can run them if they work for you, but I don't want to do them. No catch-all. I use forwarded raffle Gmails. Okay. Different phone number. And then the 3-letter jig. So just like that, all the way down. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can do that all day long. Don't change anything, just that, and use privacy. You're going to get declines no matter what you run, but you should have a lot less declines if you're running it just like this. I don't have any issues hardly. Shopify is hard for jigging, to be honest with you. I was jigging in the beginning. So for Shopify, the jigs are not 3-letter jigs. That's a Shopify jig. Jigs like that, slight jigs for Shopify. Slight jigs for Shopify. Footsites also, what I do is I do a slight jig like this for Footsites, right? But I add an extra letter to my name. That's how I jig Footsites. Same as this, but then I don't get PVs on Footsites ever. Not ever. I get ghost orders before I get PVs. But that's generally how that works. But it looks like everything is done for now. I will not be here this weekend. If you have any questions for the Yeezy Supply drop on Saturday, for Shopify, for Footsites, it doesn't matter. Any questions at all, I am available 24/7. If you leave a comment, I generally respond right away, pretty quick. So anything that you need, leave a comment. Guys, if you haven't liked or subscribed, please do so. Turn on notifications. I do go live before every drop for setup and also for every major live cop. I do my best to try and help you guys out. That's pretty much it. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. To everyone who cooked, congratulations. To everyone who didn't, don't beat yourself up. Go in, take some notes on what you did wrong, figure it out. There's going to be unlimited amount of drops in your future. This doesn't get old. It happens every week. I take L's all the time. Just figure out what you did wrong and try not to make that same mistake again. I appreciate you guys coming in. Like the stream, guys. And I'll see you guys next week for slides. We'll do setup for slides. Have a great day.